I think it's quite funny when I get asked the question about being a woman designing menswear, because historically, if we look at like all the big houses, it was men designing women's wear.
Slate one, take one.
I decided to start with menswear rather than women's wear because I find that men have been wearing practically the same thing for like 50 years, maybe even 100. So I felt that there was a lot of room to experiment and to push boundaries, to test like a male wardrobe and encourage people to wear something slightly different. I also really do like the fact that menswear have got quite a lot of codes and like rules that have historical significance, and it's about like playing with those, you know, whether it's about like sports insignia being on the left hand side because it's on your heart. And as I started to like add that with creative research, it was always about like almost remixing that, you know, always nodding to the like rules and traditions of menswear, but definitely putting a little twist on it. I think that's definitely been something I've done since the beginning of the brand. As a designer growing up, I knew I wanted to be in fashion, but I didn't see anyone that looked like me anywhere. And as I got older, started to really respect my heritage and where I came from, and really started to realise that there was not much representation of it at all. So through the brand, it's about me exploring my own personal history, because we don't get taught it in British schools adequately, but also celebrating it and highlighting it. So, you know, it might be that I'm focusing on an artist or a graphic designer that's from Nigeria, or looking at Indian textiles. There's always something, a nod to it in every collection or projects that I do. When I'm developing a collection, I collect research from a number of places. So it could be books, films, exhibitions, and then I start to pull together the images and the research, and I like to work on big boards. So I put the research on the board, and it does look kind of maybe a bit much, but I know how it's organised. So there's different areas that are inspiring different things or informing different things. So one section could be for graphics, another could be for silhouettes or proportions. It works like that, and then I start to sketch from there. For the Joy tracksuit, which was a part of the Liberation collection, I was designing the collection in a time that I wanted to sort of celebrate Black joy and resistance, and so we wanted it to be really positive. This is the fabric that is included in the Joy tracksuit, and I worked on it with a graphic designer called Dennis McInnes. It was inspired and informed by West African textiles, but we then decided to print it on like a jersey, like a tricot shiny jersey, to kind of modernise it and put a new spin on it. As we were designing a tracksuit, we wanted to make sure it was like comfortable to wear. So it's a jersey that's really soft on the inside, but it's shiny on the outside. So it's kind of like a little bit glam still, but it's very comfortable, and yeah, you can wear it anywhere. We always look at like waves and organic lines and shapes. It was definitely important to bring that in to the print. It's something that we represent in different ways, whether it's through actual graphic design or whether it's through panelling. There's always a wave in every collection. I think one of the most like archetypal or important outfits in a man's wardrobe is a tracksuit, and I think that it's an example of a modern phenomenon. People were like so dismissive of them, but they've now become a part of like everyone's wardrobe. I'm wearing one today. And so I wanted to take this beautiful print and put it on a tracksuit, which is something that people can wear and feel so comfortable in it and feel like they can do anything in it. But because we've put these like beautiful colours like on the fabric, but then also it's got the striped trim down the leg as well as the rib details on the collar, it just means that it's a really striking and fun piece, but people can wear it and feel really relaxed in it. And I think that's the funny thing about menswear. If you want to test a really bold print, what I've figured is generally a silhouette needs to be something that's comfortable, because it's a bit of give and take to get them to start wearing something bolder and bolder. At Ahluwalia, we work responsibly as much as we can, whether that's socially or environmentally. And you know, that comes out of my research from going to India and Nigeria, where I'm from, and looking into the second-hand clothing industry and seeing how much stuff is out there in the world and how we need to cherish things that we create. And it feeds into all aspects, whether that's about who we hire within the brand, what factories we work with, the materials we source. We're always trying to figure out the best practices. You know, we're not 100% perfect, but we're definitely trying to figure out a way that we can work positively within fashion. I really do believe that fashion can be a force for change and a force for good if we innovate and if we work together and if we research. So yeah, it's constant uphill battle, but we keep going.